Okay, welcome everybody. This is Don Martin, Director, $1 Million Club member with MarketAmericanShop.com, and I'm super excited for tonight's broadcast. Each and every week at 9:30 on Tuesday evenings, we do a Zoom broadcast at 9:30 Eastern Time, where we typically talk about prospecting, recruiting, sponsoring, the whole process of team building. But tonight, we're going to talk about how to leverage the resources that you have at your disposal, because a lot of people are wondering what all the resources that they have at their disposal now are during this kind of social distancing era. And I think it's really important. So what I'm going to entitle this broadcast tonight is understanding all of the learning and business building resources that you have at your disposal during the social distancing era. We don't know if this is going to last a couple more weeks, a couple more months. We don't know. But the reality of it is we have a lot of resources that are available to you, and we want to make sure it's very easy to digest and utilize moving forward. So let's talk about what's available at your disposal for you to be able to build your business. By the way, right now, you actually can build your business faster than ever. In fact, I got to tell you guys right now, my experience, I'm 20 years plus in the business now. And literally, I am growing, if not the fastest I've ever grown right now, almost as fast as I was at my only other time that I grew this close to this fast was between 2007, 2008, those 2 years. Another time where it was a challenging financial economic time. Because when you think about what we have, guys, just remember, we're a solutions-based business. We provide solutions when people have challenges. And the more challenges people have, the more opportunities we have to help people. And because that's what we do, we're more successful when that happens. So we help people today in a multitude of different ways. You can watch some of the other videos that explain how to position this so people really understand why we're a perfect fit to help people in today's day and age, whether it be from shopping from home for themselves without having to go to a store, whether it be and getting the best value for that, be able to shop from home, stay at home, stay safe, to be able to get access to disinfecting, cleaning, hand sanitizing, products and services, or even products that boost our immune system. A lot of these things aren't available anywhere. We can get it to them. That's another thing people are looking for, ways to get access to things that can enhance and advance their health. Another thing we do is help people make money right now. A lot of people need to bridge a gap financially. Our business can do that. Like, you can make money today if you started today because of the ability for us to sell these products and services that everybody seems to want to get their hands on. And then obviously we can teach people how to build a residual income, because although a residual income can't be built now for the challenge that we have now, I think this reality shows people that, hey, it was great for the last 10 years and stuff happens, and everybody, I think, realizes no matter how great it seems, we all need a backup plan and build a residual income, because you can't build a residual income when you need it. A residual income has to be built before you need it. So the good news is this too shall pass, but this is the first challenge we're going to have in our life, and it's not the last one. And whether it's a large-scale one like this or a small one where you or someone else are going to have to know is going to have to deal with a personal challenge, right, in your life, it would be great, and people realize this now more than ever before, to get money out of the way by creating a residual income now, so when the time comes and you need it, money's out of the way, you can handle the problem. You can handle the challenge. And they're the 4 things we offer as a business, plus a lot more, but they're the 4 big ones that everybody needs. And that's why we're growing. But I want to talk about these resources that you guys have at your disposal and make this really easy to digest. Because with this social distancing era, and a lot of this stuff's going to continue beyond this, by the way, but we wanted to make sure that there was ways. I understood a couple things. Number one, I wanted to make sure people get educated and just saturate their brain with as much education as possible while they're kind of tied up and consolidated in their home, right? A lot of people are really consolidated. They can't be out a lot. More opportunity to learn than ever before. So I want to make sure there was tons of information out there for people to utilize, right? Another thing I realized is that we're going to have the ability to communicate with a lot more people through technology, right? Because people are going to want to learn about how to make money from home in a challenging time. So some people are forced unemployed right now. I mean, a lot. I mean, I think millions and millions and millions of people are looking for a way right now to bridge the gap financially. So, and they're willing to look. A lot of people who weren't willing to look a month ago are begging me to show me what I do now, right? So I want to make sure I have technology and tools in place to help me do business building activities, right? So here's the resources. I have 5 things that I have listed here that I'm going to share with you that you have at your disposal that you can use starting right now. Not starting tomorrow, right now. First one is, we have live interactive team leader Zoom broadcasts. At least one every single day. Some of them there's 2 and one day there's 3 that we have available for people to plug into. Same bat time, same bat channel, same Zoom code every single week with the trainers. Now, these are live and interactive ones. You're on one right now if you're watching live. And every single day we have them. And you can find the availability for this from the calendar. That's the picture at the top of the MAshop.com Team TNT Shopping Annuity Nation Facebook page. MAshop.com Team TNT Shopping Annuity Nation. Long title, but that's our team Facebook page. Everybody should be on that page. MA space dash space TNT or Team TNT. Oh, I'm sorry. MA space dash space shop.com Team TNT Shopping Annuity Nation, right? That Facebook page. And this is the photo, the group photo at the top of the page. On this, now here's the thing. I just printed this off. It's black and white. But when you go to the top of the page, what you'll notice is, in fact, I can share the screen with you. And I think of it. Give me one second. Let me share the screen. I have it right here. This is what it looks like, okay? And I'm going to share the screen so you can see it. There you go. You all can see it, right? So there it is. Just give me a head shake, right? You guys can see that. There you go. So this is what it looks like, okay? And if you notice here on this thing, I have it printed off here in front of me, but I didn't realize I could just share the screen. So here's what you got. The green and this one pink one is our virtual interactive trainings. They happen the same time every single week with the same trainers, the same group of trainers. They can alternate. And that's happened every single week. Now, these are live interactive ones. These are ones that I encourage you to get on as many of these as you can, because you're going to get great content. Things like every single Monday at 7 o'clock, we do 15 to 20-minute Monday Fun Day, where we talk about 2 or 3 unique products and their benefits and advantages every week, different products. Every Tuesday at 7:30, either me or another $1 Million Club member in the company shows the plan for what we call a second look presentation, a presentation where you can get people on for a second or third look. At 9:30, I do this team building presentation on Tuesday night after that. Wednesday, we have 3 availabilities, 2 are trainings. We have 7 p.m. wellness outline or overview with Nick Friday and or Roseanne Conway, or one of their partners, talking about the wellness products and services. Nick's a personal trainer and Roseanne works in the medical field. We're going to get other people on there. We'll ask Sharon to get on sometimes and stuff. And then at 9 o'clock, we talk about how to shop on Shop with Tom Fritzky and Ken Anderson. They talk about how to use shop.com and shop through it. But then at 9:45 Eastern time, we do a team social hour, and it's a lot of fun, and I highly encourage you guys to get on. Miriam was on the first time. It was fun last week, wasn't it, Miriam? Every Wednesday at 9:45, from 9:45 to 10:45 Eastern time, we get on. We're not allowed to talk about business. It's just something to connect and engage and have some fun, and it's a blast. We all grab either a tea or a beer or a glass of wine or a coffee or whatever it is, your choice, and interact. And that's Wednesday. Thursday at 7 p.m., Maleva and Vrashante, both industry professionals, cosmetic and skincare, they do a Moda's Cosmetic interactive workshop on there. Then Thursday, later on, Pastor Pat and John Talamad get on. They talk about how to show the plan. They give tips on how to show the plan and presenting. Friday at 1 o'clock, Ken Anderson and Tom Fritzky talk about back office training, how to use your back office, all interactive with Q&A throughout it. Saturday, Vina and her team, like 4 of industry professionals, talk about skincare and the retailing of skincare and stuff. And then Sunday at 3 o'clock, we talk about how to show the plan by drawing out or with a pen and pad. So with all these different things are available for you guys to not only get great information every week, same bat time, same bat channel, different information each week a lot of times, or clarifications, but allows you to engage with other people. I think just as important as the information is the ability to engage and meet other people and become a part of the community. Does that make sense? Be a part of the team and really build that synergy because you're a part of something bigger than just any one of us. We're all, it's bigger than all of us. And that is what those interactive trainings do. Don't forget Monday. The pink one's a little different. The only reason why I have the pink one in pink is because this is the Motives Monday that Lisa runs. This actually says 9 o'clock, but just know for the month of April only, it's at 8 o'clock, not 9 o'clock, Monday. Instead of 9, I had to make that. I got to make that adjustment. I'll ask Jack to change that, and I'll update the picture. But it's at 8 p.m. instead of the reason why it's a different color only is because it's a different link. Now, here's a neat thing. All of the green that you see on here, right, across the top here, the every week ones, they are all with this Zoom code up top, the green Zoom code. It's all the same. So you can either use the Zoom link or just go to Zoom, click join a meeting, and put in the Zoom ID, and you're in, okay? Same one, okay? Now, that's the first resource that you have. Okay, that's our team interactive trainings. And I encourage you guys to be on as many of these live as you can, right? But don't overwhelm yourself. Just get on as many as you can. But if you have a chance to show the plan, that's more important than being on a training. You understand? Show the plan, sell the product, expose the product. That's most important. But when you don't have that, get on one of our live trainings. Now, that's the first thing. That's our live interactives going forward. Second thing is, don't forget, you can see the thing that I put in green down here. These are our unfranchised business, what I like to call our second look meetings, unfranchised presentations. Now, there may be a different link for the every other week. So the first and third Tuesday, that's me or one of our team leaders presenting. But this second and fourth Tuesday every month of each month, that's like other top leaders. We have Elizabeth Weber, the top earner in the entire company, that's presenting next Tuesday, a week from today, right? The 14th. That'll be a different link than this one. On rare occasion, and these only will it be a different link. So the Motives one and every other one of those things. So just keep an eye out on the team Facebook page or on your email. Make sure that you're opted in, which I'm going to talk to you about that here in a second so you stay engaged. But nonetheless, that's the second thing that you have. You have all these interactive repeat trainings across the top here, and they're the same every single Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And get on as many as you can and interact and connect. Make sure your video's on. That's an important thing so we can talk to you. Second thing is those unfranchised business presentations. I'll call the second look meeting so you can get people to see the plan again like I did earlier. So that's number 2. Now, remember, number 3. Many of these are recorded. Now, not all of these are recorded. This is going to be, but many of these are recorded. And I want you guys to be able to go back and either watch this again and learn, right? Or if you miss it because you have something to do, I want you to be able to still go back and get the content. You won't have the ability to go and interact, but I want you to be able to still get the content for some of the really, really good ones that we do. And we pick and choose the ones that we think we did really good, and we load them into a playlist. Now, up until today, that playlist was just a big, long link that we were putting out. But now, I got a domain name that points to the playlist. So if you want to see, there's, I think, 16 videos on this playlist of all of our pre-recorded, our favorite pre-recorded Zoom trainings that were most effective in conveying the message. And they're on virtualtraining.biz. That's the domain. So if you go to www.virtualtraining.biz, that's the playlist on YouTube. It pops right up. www.virtualtraining.biz. Boom, that's a playlist. And every time we do, like this one will be loaded up into there. Every time we do one we really, really like, within a day or two, it's added to that playlist. You don't need a new link. Just go to the playlist, page down the playlist, pick the video you want to listen to and watch it. And you can use that as a training tool and resource to share with other people who maybe aren't in the business now, but they come in later. You can lose that playlist. Make sense? All right? So that's the third thing. You have that virtual training playlist, virtualtraining.biz. And that takes you to the YouTube channel and playlist, so you can just go from top to bottom and watch it. So that's the third thing. Remember, it's not as good as being on live, but you do have access to it. So I'd encourage being on as many of these live as you can, right? So that's number 3. All right. Now, number 4 is the company has the things at the bottom of this calendar that you're looking at. See these blue things here, these blue ones? All these are hosted and run by company executives or directors of sales for different divisions. Now, here's the thing. These are really good to plug into, right, at the time they run if you don't have anything else going on. But they're not interactive, right? They're just a broadcast, right? So it's just like watching a video. So if you're free at the time they're available, jump on and watch. But every single one is recorded and made available on the Market America Facebook page, the official Market America Facebook page. If you go down to videos, they're all listed there. And they're available to be watched anytime you want. And then also, there's links and playlists on the YouTube channel of Market America where you can watch all these recorded as well. So they are available at these times live, but again, they're not as important to be on live because they're interactive. If you have the time, do it. But if you have better things to do, like show the plan, do a HBP, do a personal business introduction, have us, showing the plan, do those, prioritize those, because there's not interaction with those, so they're just as valuable to watch recorded as watching them live, okay? So I just want to highlight that's what these blue things are. If you want a link to be able to register to any of these and watch them, that's this link up here, this little corporate virtual Zoom training. This takes it to the Market America blog, and then you can use that link right here at the top to go get it and watch it either through Zoom, or you can watch it from, they always broadcast it on the Market America Facebook page too. So you can watch it through Facebook. So Zoom broadcasts not only through Zoom, but it also broadcasts on Facebook if you decide to. And all those corporate trainings are broadcast on both, okay? So you have that available. So that's that resource. That's the 4th thing, is the company training broadcasts, and then you can reference to those, right, when you have it. Now, what I caution you is don't overtrain yourself, because remember, the most important thing is business building activity. So that's what I'm going to wrap up with and tell you the resources you have to help you build, actually do the actions to build your business, right? Yes, we want to get trained. We want to build a community, be interactive. That's what these first 3, 4 things were for, right? To help you get trained and educated and be interactive and build the community. But the last couple things here are what's going to help you build your business. So the first thing, right, that I want to talk about to the business building. So this first thing there, where it's just support, training, and interaction and engagement. But let's talk about business building. By the way, you can bring guests on any of those things I just talked about. Feel free. If you got them through the plan already once and they want to see the quality of people we have, bring them on. Bring them on to these live training things. Have them watch those things. Remember, that's good for guests too. But let's talk about things that are specifically designed for guests. What other accessibility do you have? What resources do you have to help with your guests, right? Here's the first thing, business building resources. Those ones were learning and engagement resources, right? Let's talk about the business building resources. First is Zoom, right? Zoom is your first business building resource. Every single one of you should go get a free Zoom account. And honestly, I think y'all should go. Free Zoom account allows you to do up to as many 40-minute Zooms as you want, right? But I would tell you, I would probably go on your back office. You get like a phenomenal platform. We have such a great arrangement with Zoom that for $9.95, you get a platform that gives you, it's like a corporate platform of Zoom that you get for $9.95 a month, plus 30% commissionable points, BV, IBV points, right? So I would encourage every single person to get Zoom, because Zoom is an awesome platform, right, that you have at your disposal to use to start sharing with people the business and about the product, but you're meeting them like you're in person. See, I'm watching Joel right now rock and lean back and hang out, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm watching Marianne laugh at Joel. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching all you guys. It's just like we're together. I don't blame you. Joel, relax, bro. Take it all in, bro. I'm with you. I want to do the same thing. I can see every single person on here, what you're doing. You know, I see Gina with her earbuds sticking out, right? I see Pastor Pat laughing at everybody. It just is what it is, you know? I see Barry just being Barry, you know? It's all good. But the reality of it is we're having fun. See, the key is I want to be able to engage people. Every single one of you want to build a business, and you need to have Zoom. So that's the first thing you need to have for business building. Now, you want to use Zoom to do product presentations. See, here's the thing. If I'm teaching people how to use a product, let's just say I just sold them a regimen for their immune health. I sold them vitamin D, vitamin C, OPC, and probiotics and aloe, right? And immune if we can get it, but it's not available till the 23rd. But that's what I would recommend, right? For immune support, right? Just increasing immune function, right? If I sold them that. Now, think about this. I want to be able to explain how this product works. So I'm going to say, get on a Zoom. As soon as you get your product, I'll show you how to use it. Okay, and put your video on, pop it open, set the cup down, take the cap off. When you take the cap off, don't take the whole foil off. Just put a slice in it so it pours out smoothly. I'm teaching, right? And I show them. This is all little tips you can learn. I just take, either a butter knife, stick it in there, and twist it just a little bit to make a nice little slice. So now it pours out slightly, right? Now, before you put this little cap back on, tap out all the powder so it doesn't gunk up, right? And then put it back on. After you're done using this cap, by the way, you put that in this in the cap, that little bit of powder in this cap. And then you go up to the line with water. That's 2 ounces. Stir it up, take a shot, you're good. That's your dose for that product. I show them how to use it. I give them the tips. We do it together. They're engaged. If I try to explain what I just showed you, it'd be a lot harder to talk about, wouldn't it? But if I show, people are visual learners more than they are audible learners. We want them to see it done. That's what you can do. And also, you can show people how you take it. You can show people how to put on a certain product, skincare-wise. You can do something interactive with Zoom. It's just like meeting in person, only you can't touch and feel and exchange energy as much, but they can hear excitement. You need to have it. Same thing with business plan. You can do screen shares like this and just zing on through the presentation as you start learning it. But here's the best bet. The sooner you do it, you just get a senior partner on and help you do it. So that brings me down to the number 2 resource you have. So Zoom is number 1. Make sure you get your Zoom account set up. And for $9.95, you get, it's a great tool and it records for you and all kinds of stuff you can use. It's a great resource. But the second thing I want to tell you have at your disposal for business building tools is your senior partners. These are your resources. These are your people. Every single time that you have someone that you want to introduce, especially early in your career, you want to have a third party on every single time. Whether it be talking about a product, whether it be talking about the business, you might want to do the presentation, right? As you get used to it, at first I'll do it with you, right? Or your senior partner will do it with you. But you're both going to be on Zoom. But eventually what will happen is I'll be like, all right, Joe, this one's all you, buddy. I'll be here to catch you. If anything messes up, I'm going to play color commentator today. So here's the best thing. You can't mess up, Joel, because they never saw it before. But if there's something that needs to be said, I'll color commentate and fill in the gaps if you miss something, and it'll sound just like we designed it that way. I've been doing this a long time. So that'll get you empowered to do it, but now all of a sudden that's how we go. But using a third party is key. Your senior partners, right, for leveraging credibility is one thing you want to utilize and utilize all the time. But also, when you're talking to people that are really close to you, you always want to have someone else that they don't know to be the expert from afar that does the presentation, right? Right? People that are acquaintances is fine. You can do it with them and we'll play color commentator. But having a third party on there increases the credibility up so much for you because you know how it is. Your friends will listen to you as much as my friends listen to me. Not very much. But when you bring a third party on, right? My friends think I got lucky. They still think I'm the same, doofy kid that I was when I was a kid, right? I don't know. They don't realize, I kind of know what I'm doing now. Your friends probably feel the same way about you, but when you bring on a third party, an expert from afar, I call it, utilize your senior partners at every opportunity, it just takes credibility at the whole level. So that's a second resource you have, right? When it comes down to business building. And when you're doing that, it's critically important to leverage the process of interaction. Interaction is when you do these things, make sure everybody has their video on. Do not present to a blank screen, ever. If I'm doing a presentation and I'm showing a plan, let's just say Miriam has Joel on as her guest, and I say, hey, Miriam, good to see you. What's your guest name? And she says, my guest name's Joel. And Joel says, hey, I'm here, guys. I'm kind of busy, so I'm not going to have my video on. Joel, I need to see you, bro. I can't present to a blank screen. This is just like we're meeting. This is too valuable for me to talk to a blank screen. If this isn't a good time, let's reschedule a time where you can be sitting down where we can talk to each other and be face-to-face communicating with your video on. I need to be able to engage with them, okay? Because I need to make sure that, first of all, I'm not wasting my breath talking to somebody that's cleaning their room, taking their dog out, feeding their cat, clipping their toenails while I'm trying to show a business plan to them. You know what I'm saying? Where they're only paying 1/10 the attention and I'm not getting, and it's so hard to talk to nobody. It's so hard to talk. I need, like right now, I'm looking at Joel right at this second, right? Right? And a second ago, I was just looking at Miriam, you know? And now since Ty just put her camera back on, I'm looking at Ty. Just 2 seconds ago. I'm looking at everybody. You know why? Because that's how I can present. It's engaging for me. Make sense? Everybody got that? Very, very important. So make sure you guys master the process of engaging people and doing it. I feel like I'm in your living rooms with you guys now, right? Because I can see you and I can tell if you're engaged or something's going on in your background, and I can just tell how much attention I have. But when I'm doing a presentation, I need to know that I'm not wasting my time or wasting theirs. And by the way, I'm not concerned about me as much as them. If I'm letting them halfway pay attention, I am stealing an opportunity from them that they might have seen if I would have made sure they were paying attention. It's my job and my obligation to make sure people are engaged and paying attention. And that's why I require first-time meetings, videos on. And if not, I tell them, let's schedule a time where it can be on. And I'll just cancel on the spot, because it's that important that they pay attention. This can change people's lives, guys. I've made millions in this business, and it's because I treat it like a real business. This is not a hobby, a scheme, a deal, a click, nothing. This is a business. And we can be really successful if we just give it, even if it's only 5, 10, 15 hours max a week, but we commit that 15, 5, whatever, 10 hours a week, where we give it its due diligence. You can change your life. You can build a 6-figure residual passive income that'll pay you forever if you commit it and you treat it like that. So make sure people are engaged and make sure when you're booking those appointments that's on. And that's why Zoom and the interaction is important, but also always do it with a senior partner. I would even tell you, J.R. Ridinger, the CEO of the company, says he still doesn't do meetings by himself. And he's worth $1 billion. He still always has a third party to this day. He goes, I don't remember the last time I did a one-on-one. I always have somebody with me. Why? Because I love the ability, a secondary person with you exponentially increases your credibility, because you're sitting there saying, hey, isn't that how we do it, Joel? Isn't that how it works, Miriam? Aren't these products the best you've ever used, Ty? You know what I mean? Like, you're saying that when a guest is here. Now instead of you saying, so Ty, instead of me pitching, like, let's just say Miriam has Ty on as her guest. And instead of Miriam saying, Ty, these are the best products ever, you got to try them, Miriam can more say, hey, Don, aren't these the best products ever? You see what I'm saying? So now she's talking to me, but Ty's overhearing, and it's received differently, and it brings more credibility. It makes it easier to promote something because it's not a direct promotion, it's a conversational promotion. That's why third party is so important, and it's so comfortable. And when you have two people that are there connecting, and it just makes the credibility go higher. And that's why Zoom's so important. Everybody needs to have it. And you utilizing your senior partners. By the way, this doesn't have to be just senior partners either. I leverage my junior partners, those people that are in my team all the time. My people won't listen to me, but they'll listen to you. Joel's brand new today. But if I wanted to bring my friend in to see the business plan, even though I've made $3 million+ in the business and been around for 20 years and got all kinds of accolades from the company, if I'm presenting, my friend will listen to Joel, and he just started today more than he's going to listen to me, and I've been in here for 20 years and earned millions. Why? Because third party is everything. It's so important. So when I have that, I'm always going to leverage a third party myself too when I'm doing presentations to other people. I won't do them just myself. So I have what? Someone that I can crutch off of and leverage and network with and build credibility with, you know? So that's how that works. So that's the second thing, Zoom and your senior partners. Now, last one, right? In terms of business building. So first one was Zoom. Second thing was your senior partners. Third thing is what I call personal business introductions. Now, when we're in a normal time in life, we can do what I call home business presentations. We call them HBPs, where you can invite people over and see the business plan presented in your home from a third party that comes and does it for you. You can get people to come evaluate. But right now, we don't have that availability. We're not doing stuff in person right now, right? And it might be another month or two, whatever it is, before we can start even doing back in person stuff again. So the reality of it is, I want to make sure I have something to replace those home business presentations, and I call them PBIs, personal business introductions. These are Zoom broadcasts that you can invite people in that are introducing them to a business that you're doing from home. In the current climate, I realized I had to bridge a gap financially, and I had to get some benefit, so I decided to start doing something from home, and I wanted to let everybody I know about it and have them learn about it so they can recommend the right people to me when they come across people who need what I have. Does that make sense? Would you mind coming and evaluating for me? I'm doing a personal business introduction meeting, a PBI, personal business introduction presentation on Zoom broadcast, and I would like you to join in. I can have a maximum of 5 guests maximum. Remember, no more than 5 guests for a first time. Maximum of 5 guests. I'd like you to be one of them. And I'm doing one on Wednesday at 7:30 or next Tuesday at 7:30. Which one would be better for you? Schedule 2. Now, you're not presenting that. We will. One of your senior partners will. Here's why. We're going to do that. We're going to make sure their Zoom's on. We're going to engage them. We're going to talk to them. But remember, we're the what? Expert from afar. Your friends will listen to you as much as my friends listen to me. Not much, right? But you want to use that third party to help you get that presentation. And we're going to do that. And we're going to present it, not because we're trying to get them in. We just want them to evaluate what you're doing because we want them to comfortably feel very comfortable to recommend people to you when they need either one of our products or services that we offer, or if they know people who need the business that we offer and bridge a gap financially. And I present the business plan, right, in about 45 to 50 minutes in detail so they understand what we are and what we're not, by the way, so they're comfortable to refer you, whether it be for customers or for potential partners. And that's what we call a personal business introduction. So that's the last resource that you have from a business building resource that I wanted to highlight and encourage you to use. And by the way, that's another part of using what? Senior partners, right? Now you can do this with cross partners too. Like for example, Sharon and Pastor Pat could do this for each other. You know, you're in my organization. You guys have leverage. You can do it for each other. You don't have to be connected with somebody. In fact, a lot of times when you do something with someone that you're not connected with, it's even more effective. Me and Big Al do it all the time in the company. He'll do presentations for me. I'll do presentations for him. You know why? Because there's no vested financial interest. So I'm going to be honest with the people, and I'm not worried about it. And so is he when we're talking to each other's team because there's no vested financial interest. And that brings extra credibility, doesn't it? When people realize, oh, this guy's got nothing to gain, he's got to be being honest, right? So you guys can do that with each other as well. So it's not only leveraging your senior partners, but leveraging other team members. And that's why it's so important to be involved in all these interactive opportunities where you guys can talk to each other. You know, the next a month or two or however long it is, we have lots of opportunities to not only saturate your mind with more knowledge than you ever had a chance to before with the business, but most importantly, connect with the team like we never had a chance to do before. Why? Because we don't have anything else we can do. We're limited on what we can do, and this is your opportunity to really maximize that. And I'm telling you guys, in this situation, you can do in 2 to 3 months what it normally would take 2 to 3 years to do in business building. We are exploding in growth right now. The company has record growth right now. I'm having record, at least matched, but I think I might even be faster than I've ever been before. And it's only been 3-4 weeks since when people need what we have and they need a way to make money. And they're going to realize I'll never give something like this up because when the next challenge comes, I want to make sure I have a residual income so I'm not worried about it. I feel for you guys and those people out there that are struggling with a business. I had a traditional business. I know what it was like. I had times of struggle. I had times where I ran out of fuel oil in my house, and I had to go fill up, because I had not fuel oil, fuel oil, heating oil. I had to go fill up a hand 5-gallon tank or a thing of diesel to be able to put my heat back on. Because I've been there. I know. I feel it. And that's why I built this thing. That's why I made the commitment and sacrifice that after working the long hours in construction to still go out and build this thing so that I have a residual income that no matter what happens, I get a big check every single Friday. And I'm not going to worry about the money anymore. And I want you guys all to have that. And that's why we're providing all these resources. That's why I have all the training resources for you and the interactive training resources that we talked about to start off. And that's why I'm offering not only the other leaders, but myself to all of you guys to help you do your Zoom 2-on-1s. I'll be here too. I'll be your color commentator. I'll present for you the first time if you need, if you don't got anybody else that will do it for you and your team. Or if you think I'm just so good looking it needs to be me, that's cool too. I'll do that for you as well. But whatever it is, right? I don't know. Helping you get connected with the senior partners. Getting those things out there. Making sure you have access to helping you learn how to use the Zoom. We can help do that, right? I want you guys to make it, and that's what it's all about. So that's the 3 resources you have, your senior partners, other partners, in terms of business building. Leverage us, do these interactive Zooms. Schedule yourself a personal business introduction where one of us can do the presentation for you, and you invite people with evaluation approach. But remember, when you invite people, don't invite them with an email, a text, or a Facebook message. Invite them with a direct conversation, whether it be a phone call or if you see them in person, which you don't do that often right now, so an engagement. You might use text or email or a Facebook message to get them on the phone, but ask them directly to support you and evaluate something to where they can't blow you off with technology and they see that they matter and you actually ask them directly, hey, Joel, I really need some help. See, if I put out a mass text or if I send an email or if I send a text or if I sent a Facebook message, that just shows to everybody that gets it that it's not that stinking important to me because I didn't call you directly. I didn't engage you. But when I call you or I ask you to call me, I have something important to ask, and I ask you to support me, they see the value. The importance is just that one notch higher. And that's why you would invite with a direct invitation conversation, right? Phone call or in person. Typically right now it's just phone call because you don't have it. And do that. So that's that. And the last thing I want to offer you guys as a tool that helps you build, and I'm going to go through this real quick at the end, just a quick outline overview again. The last thing I'm going to offer you is a weekly live mentoring group. I'm restarting weekly live mentoring groups. They're going to be one Zoom, one time per week for about 30 to 40 minutes. And I'm going to mentor groups of people up to 20 at the max. And there's going to be other leaders that are going to do this too. We'll probably do it all at the same time. It'll just be run by different leaders. And for those of you who want to be mentored for 90 days, 3 straight months, 90 days, and you want to be mentored, now get me, this is a double-edged sword. I'm like your personal trainer that you're going to love sometimes and hate sometimes, right? You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to make sure that you succeed, right? But that's how I roll. I'm going to be your coach. I'm going to push you when you don't want to be pushed, but I want you to make it. And that's really what this is all about for me. Because that's why I'm doing this stuff. I'm not doing this stuff because for my health. I'm doing this because I want everybody to make it. I've made it. I'm good. Don't get me wrong. I want more because I think anybody that'll tell you that they don't want, no matter how successful people are, if they tell you they don't want money, they'll lie about other things too. You know what I mean? But I want to help you grow and help you get it going for yourself. And that's my number one passion is to help you guys get it. So if you want to be on a weekly live mentoring call, let me know. Go on the team Facebook page. Remember, all of you have to be a part of the team Facebook page. By the way, we have 3 communication channels that I use all the time. Number 1, team Facebook page. I should have said this earlier in the broadcast here. Number 1, team Facebook page. Number 2, I have an email list. Everybody should be opted into the newsletter email list. And number 3, I have a text group. If you go on to the MA shop.com, Team TNT Shopping New Nation Facebook page. That's the first communication we use But also, there's 2 announcements in there. So if you look at view announcements, the top 2 posts, but you look view announcements, one is the opt-in email, and the second one is what the text to opt in the text group. Make sure you opt into both of those things. That's going to let you know when a lot of these things are, and on those groups is when you'll know when these team weekly mentoring groups are. But if you want to be a part of one, send me a direct message on Facebook right now, or text me on my phone, or email me, whatever you have on mine, and let me know you want to be on a group. And if you're listening to this recording, let me know you want to be on a mentored group, and I'll get you enrolled in one that me or one of the leaders are running, and help you get guidance once a week, direct, again, where we're coaching and mentoring to help you get you where you want to go. We're going to give you more resources than you can possibly use, because we want to make sure everybody has access to all they want. Doesn't mean you have to be on all of it, but we want to have you all you want. So that's what we have for this, and I thank you for being on. What I'm going to do real quick is see if there's any questions really, really quickly. Let me look at the chat real fast. Boom, boom. Okay, good. Anybody have, let me and you can unmute yourself. Anybody have any questions before I finish and end the broadcast here that you think would be a good question off of any of the things we discussed tonight for people listening to the video recording?
What's that website again?
Virtualtraining.biz. That's not a website. It's just the domain name that I forwarded to the playlist on YouTube. Virtualtraining.biz. In fact, I show it to you. Screen share. Show you real quick. Here. I'll show it to you right now, so you guys can see it.
Make sure you put www.virtualtraining.biz.
Let me share my screen. I'll show it to you again. Share screen, desktop. Okay, let me move you guys over. You've probably seen yourselves. There you go. www.virtualtraining.biz. It takes you right to YouTube, right to the playlist, and it just says virtual training recordings. And you page down here, and it shows you all the virtual trainings that we did so far that we recorded that are up here.
Awesome. Awesome. That's great.
Isn't that cool?
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Dawn.
Yes, dear.
Will you be doing the same monitoring with the John Beck's or Jack Beck's form in Google Docs?
Yes, yes, that's right. On the new weekly live mentoring group, we call it a fast track team. So we want to get everybody on, and we're relaunching all new ones here for the next 90 days. Basically, going from now, building into our international convention. Hope everything be back to normal at that point. When we do that, the goal it'll be right before that. But yeah, we're going to be using that same exact thing. We're going to have there'll be a accountability aspect to those groups. By the way, we'll do coaching and mentoring, but we'll have accountability at the same time. We'll have certain things that we're all going to do each week, 3 or 4 or 5 things. That's the goal to do every week, and see how many of each of those things we can do, and then we're kind of accountable and reporting to each other at the end of the week, and then talking about strengths, weaknesses, struggles, challenges, all the different things at the end to help people enhance and get better at doing those things to help them enhance and grow their business. Any other questions?
Do you have a
I'm going to stop the recording.
PCC?
Thanks for being on for those who are here you were recording, and go out and make it happen, and we'll see you soon.
Night, night.